Jerry Lee Lewis was a trailblazing figure in the world of rock and roll, but his personal life was just as controversial as his music. One of his marriages was to Myra Lewis Williams, who was only 13 years old at the time they tied the knot. Despite the public outcry over their age difference, Myra was the one who truly understood Jerry Lee's wild lifestyle and embraced it with enthusiasm. Many people have suggested that despite her young age, Myra was the more mature person in the relationship and acted as a stabilizing force for Jerry Lee. Although their marriage ultimately ended in divorce, Myra and Jerry Lee remained in contact over the years because they had a daughter together named Phoebe. In fact, Myra even continued to visit her daughter and occasionally saw Jerry Lee during those times. As the undisputed king of rock and roll's wild side, Jerry Lee Lewis was a force to be reckoned with on stage. He unleashed a primal, raw energy that seemed to burn from within, driving him to pound the keys of his keyboard like a man possessed. His performances were nothing short of wild, sending audiences into a frenzy of excitement and leaving them completely awestruck. Off stage, Lewis lived a life that was just as wild and untamed as his music. His scandalous and tumultuous personal life was like a toxic cocktail, filled with drama, controversy, and excess. He was the ultimate embodiment of rock and roll's rebellious spirit, living life on his own terms and taking risks that others only dared to dream of. Jerry Lee Lewis shook the world when he took his third cousin, Myra Gale Brown, as his bride. The ink spilled about their close blood relationship was nothing compared to the scandal that erupted when the world learned that Myra was a mere 13 years old and still believed in Santa Claus at the time of their nuptials. But Lewis was a man who lived life on the edge, unafraid to take risks and challenge convention. To him, marrying at a young age and marrying a relative, albeit twice removed, was nothing out of the ordinary. However, Lewis's audacity knew no bounds as he brazenly tied the knot with Myra while still legally wed to his second wife, further fueling the flames of controversy. Lewis was unaware that his actions were offensive to many people. Lewis was cautioned against taking Myra with him on his first European tour. However, Jerry Lee was stubborn and went against the advice, taking her along anyway. When they arrived in England, Lewis referred to Myra as his wife during a press conference, although he lied about her age, claiming she was 15 years old, and also falsely moved up the date of their actual wedding. Myra, on the other hand, justified their relationship and claimed that getting married at 15 wasn't too young, adding that one could get married at 10 if they found a husband. Once the press in London and Memphis learned the truth about Myra's age, there was an instant reaction. The British media referred to Jerry Lee Lewis as a baby snatcher and a cradle robber, while urging people to boycott his concerts. Consequently, Jerry and his new wife decided to leave the country. Moreover, upon Lewis's arrival in New York, he discovered that the scandal had followed him across the ocean, prematurely ending a career that had previously shown potential in rivaling that of Elvis Presley's during its peak. The world was left reeling from the shock of Lewis's scandalous behaviour, and his reputation as a wild man of rock and roll was forever cemented in the annals of music history. Click here to watch this video next.